I'm going to show you a Python script that once earned me $300 in a single evening of freelancing. It sounds like clickbait, but it's the plain truth, and by the end you'll write the same thing yourself. The task was simple in words and hellish by hand. Take thousands of photos and remove the background from each, leaving only the object on transparency. By hand in an editor, one image is a minute or two. Thousands of images is no longer work. It's hard labor. But in Python, it's a couple of clicks and a cup of coffee. Let's go. Here's what we'll arrive at. On the left, the original with its background. On the right, the result of the script. The background is gone completely, and the object already sits on a new, arbitrary background. Look at the details, even hair and thin edges are cut out cleanly, and that's the hardest part of background removal. And all of this was done by a neural network in a fraction of a second per photo, without a single click in Photoshop. Let me tell you where the order came from. A small online store reached out to me. They needed to publish a catalog, and for that every product photo had to have a clean, transparent background so they'd look neat on the site. There were thousands of such photos. A designer asked for a sky-high price and a week of time for manual work. I offered to do it with a script in one evening and charged $300, which was a win for everyone. That's exactly what freelancing in Python is. You sell not hours, but a solution. And now let's write that solution together. All the magic rests on a single library. It's called rembg. Inside it is a trained neural network that can separate the object from the background. We install it with one command. It pulls in everything needed. Pillow for working with images, NumPy, and the model itself. We import the essentials. The remove function, which strips the background, the image module from Pillow to open and save pictures, the path class for convenient work with paths, and a progress bar to nicely see how the processing goes. By the way, you can install rembg in two flavors, a regular one that runs on the CPU, and an accelerated one for the graphics card if you need to crunch really large volumes faster. And under the hood, it's a neural network trained on a huge number of photos to find the main object in a shot and separate it from everything else. That's exactly why it handles even hair and complex edges so well, where ordinary selection tools give up. First, let's collect all the needed images from a folder. And here's a small but important trick that trips up almost every beginner. The question: how do you gather files of several extensions in one line? Many people write it clumsily with a separate loop for each extension. But it can be done elegantly. We set up a tuple with the extensions we need, and with a single nested generator we go over each extension and each file. We get a compact list of all images of the needed formats in one line. A small detail, but it's exactly from details like this that confident, clean code is built. Now the very heart of the script. We create a folder for the results and go over the list of files, wrapped in a progress bar so we can see how much is already done. We open each picture and convert it to a mode with transparency. Then the single line that this was all for. The remove function strips the background and returns the object on a transparent layer. And we save the result necessarily in PNG format because only it can store transparency. That's it. 20 lines that do a week's worth of work. We run it on our test photos and look at the result. A person, a dog, a car. Each one has its background removed cleanly. No halo and no garbage at the edges. And now the main advantage of a transparent PNG. The object can be placed on any background, and it will look as if it was shot there. This is exactly what online stores, designers, and marketplaces need. One script would process 3 photos or 30,000 just the same. The only difference is the coffee machine's working time. Let's be honest about money, since that's what many people come for. Preparing product photos for stores and marketplaces, processing catalogs, assets for designers and for advertising, avatars, stickers, templates. Everywhere you need to remove a background many times, manual labor is expensive and slow, while your script is fast and scalable. You can take such orders on freelance, or you can turn it into a simple service. The main thing is you've understood the principle. You find a boring, repetitive task and automate it in Python. That's what people pay for. The money guideline is simple. For batch processing, a catalog people charge from a few dozen to a few $100 depending on volume, while it costs you an evening. Look for clients where there are lots of products and photos, marketplace sellers, small shops, design studios, photographers. You write the script once and you sell the solution again and again to different clients. That's how 20 lines of Python turn into a real service people pay for. All the code in a single file ready to run will be in the description. Take it and try it on your own photos. And if you want to follow up, for example, how to turn this script into a Telegram bot or a web service where anyone can upload a photo, write in the comments. Subscribe to SIGMENT Academy. Here's Python that makes money. Thanks for watching and see you next time.